Thailand, the streets flood. And a lot of places they do, but here the streets are going to flood when it rains, and so sometimes it's hard to get around. You could have waist deep water on the way to your house, and you'll have to go sit somewhere, sit out, whatever. I wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about today until I saw a video from a young Thai girl here in Wahin, and she did a great job. She was around Wahin and Takiab showing the place and asking old timers, what they're doing here, why they're here. Most of them that she interviewed briefly lived here, and she asked them the reason. So it was a good video, good content, great job. I don't remember her name, so I can't plug it, but relatively new YouTuber. So the thing that struck me about the video was at some point she ended up here on Monkey Mountain, Chopstick Mountain, Wat Cow Takiab, whatever name you want to call it. And right in this area right there is a flat spot. Then there's these tremendous stairs that will bring you up to the actual Wat if you wanted to walk those stairs. But here is where the market is and all that type of stuff. I figured she was there in the morning because the monks were out. Don't know a lot about Buddhism. I respect people for what they do and what they believe in, and so, monks are cool with me. I have no issue. But the best I could figure is that they come out in the morning and they go around to the vendors and they exchange prayers and blessings for food. This is, and I've lived in Bang Nan. I've lived in 2 different neighborhoods in Bangkok, and now here in the Wahin area in Takiab, and this is the best I could figure. They come out early in the morning, they go to the vendors when they're first opening up, they get food, they do a blessing ceremony, whatever, for the day, and this is a process I see repeated all the time. And pretty cool here in Takiab. I see some monks that they have companion dogs that go around with them. Pretty cool. So anyway, she's on this Monkey Mountain thing. She's with these with this monk, and she's hand feeding this macaw that go up there, thinking they belong to the same gang that terrorizes me behind the condos here. But anyway, she goes up there, she's hand feeding him, she's petting him with the monk, and I was just wanted to comment on it. You did a great video, cool. I hope you keep doing your YouTube channel and you're a big success. No criticism there. Don't mess with the monkeys, sweetheart. That monkey will scratch your face and you'll just be fucked up for life. That will happen faster than you can figure out what happened. At the whim of the monkey. At any time, that monkey could just take a swipe at your face, doesn't like the way you look, the sound you make, the showing of your teeth, the smile that misinterpreted, whatever. Don't pet these things or feed them. And certainly don't go on YouTube and give the impression that they're docile. They're not. So that's what I have to say about monkeys and people that mess with them in Takiab. And certainly don't, and lastly, if not for your own safety or well-being, don't teach them that human being equals food. That's the problem I have when I'm trying to get home with my breakfast. See, they've identified me as the guy that walks down this alley in the morning with some type of food in his hand. So please stop doing that. I think it's slowed down enough to rain to where we can sit outside. I really do enjoy sitting outside when it's raining. I was worried that the downpour would ruin the sound. So that's about monkeys. The next thing I want to talk about is money. While living in Bang Nan, Bangkok, I knew that if I went to a vendor that was not advertising prices for a t-shirt or some kind of item that's typically negotiated, I'm going to end up paying a higher per taxi for is a great example. Everyone complains about taxis not using the meters, paying Farang price, and it does happen. But I found Bangkok to be straight when it came to most things and pricing. This, well, that's not so in here in Hua Hin, Takia. And I'll tell you two brief examples. I wanted to go to Muay Thai uh, for my girlfriend, there, who was Thai, by the way. Uh, they want to charge her 250 baht to get in. It seems really fair. It seemed kind of cheap. I thought, well, that's cool. You know, let's go watch Muay Thai for 250. Well, for me, it's 1,000. So last time I checked, that's almost 5 times the difference. So I get the foreign surcharge. You know, I don't. I've been pretty neutral on it and didn't have a big opinion until now. You know, you've exceeded my threshold at 5 times uh, the limit. Yeah. So another thing I wanted to do is I want to go look at some elephants. They have a wildlife refuge here. They rescue elephants, some big cats, and they have some cobras there and some cool stuff like that. I enjoy animal zoology, not particularly zoos, but like a refuge. I'll go there, and I'm willing to pay a premium to support their efforts and what they're doing. And I understand that, and that's why, okay, when you eat there, you're going to pay a premium. When you do, what I don't understand is the same premium in the airport, but I digress. For a cause, I don't typically have a problem with it, or otherwise I won't go there. Well, for a Thai person, I think it was like 300 baht, and for me, Farang, it was 900. So that's 3 times. I think I'm going to do the safari park 3 times. They're probably right at my threshold, but there's dual pricing. You got to get used to it, especially if you're coming from the West or the United States. There's really a lot of regulation that prevents this sort of thing from happening, and we're kind of I was about to say we're fair in our pricing in the United States, but actually what it really is that we're beating the shit out of everybody with the pricing. So everyone gets kicked in the teeth on an equal basis there. So money in Thailand, yeah. Massages here in Hua Hin. I'm not a big massage guy. Uh, I'm in my 50s, and I've only been to like 3 massages. But once I was in Thailand, I figured, So one time I went in Bangkok. I went to a place called Health Life in the Ekamai neighborhood of Bangkok, and it was a little bit pricey, but it was all clean, very nice atmosphere, very professional, and I feel like we ended up with a good value. So we paid, I think, 600 baht each for an hour and a half of Thai massage, and just for comparison, 600 baht is going to be is less than 700 is about 20, so it's going to be like 15 to $18, which is very good, especially in terms of Western. So I didn't like it, by the way. Thai massage, for those of you who don't know, uh, I don't want to use the term violent, but it's not soothing. It helps with circulation. It's great for stretching out your muscles, but it hurts, right? So for me, anyway, if somebody wants to leave comments about that, I'm open. But for me, it hurt, right? I have, maybe it's just my body injuries, whatever the case, but it hurt. So the other day, I dropped my girlfriend off to get a massage here, and we'll talk about pricing in a minute. And I had another Thai massage which hurt even worse. And maybe one day I'll get into this story, but I didn't get a small Thai woman to give me a massage. It was actually a dude that was quite big, and I initially had an issue with it, and then everybody made me feel like I was being silly, and my girlfriend was like, females give me massage, and I had this thing where, like, I don't think another man's supposed to be touching me in that way. So that was bad right off the bat. Pricing. It's a little high from what I understand for people that are coming from places like Pattaya and Jomtien. You're going to pay for a Thai massage like 350 baht. Uh, that's one service that you probably should leave a tip for. So you're going to be 350 to 400 baht plus 50 to 100 baht tip, and you're still under that $20 mark for an hour. Sometimes they'll give you a little more. So I can't speak to any other type of massages. Swiss, muscle sport. I've only had two massages. They've both been Thai. They both hurt, and I'm not particularly anxious to try again. Uh, don't do the happy ending things. I don't engage in any of that. There's plenty of that going on here. I don't really know how to. I think you could be able to differentiate between the two. I've never been offered the services on those two massages that I've had, but there's plenty of that for people that want that. And if I were that type of consumer, I would say you probably just ask. And if that's not something they offer at that establishment, then they can tell you where the happy ending facilities are at, massages. Along those same lines, people come to Thailand for a lot of reasons. So I guess I'm doing M's today, right? Money, monkeys, massage, and I just want to take a brief moment to mention Mongers. I know people come here as sexpats. I know it's a huge industry here. I think it's heartbreaking, really, what's going on. I mean, I feel sad for these girls, but let's start with a word of caution. If you are coming here to do this type of thing, and you are seeking that kind of vacation, man, be careful. Uh, they may be tiny, they may be young looking, they may be innocent looking. They are professional wallet emptiers, and you have to understand that when you're trying to partake in this. I don't do it, but I've seen enough stories, talked to enough people, understand what's happening. I lived in a very fancy condos in the Phra Khao section of Bangkok for a short period, and a lot of foreigners lived in my building, but also a lot of Thai women, and the Thai women that lived in there were freelancers. And so you could just see the whole thing and how it worked and everything. And like I said, I think it's sad, but it's a huge industry here. Families are being supported. I don't know what to tell you about it. I could never be a consumer, but it is what it is, and that's what's here. So first, be careful. Second thing I see a lot of people doing here, there's a lot of white people retired here. I can't say where they're from. Most of the people I listen to speaking or that I encounter, although we all use English, is one commonality. Everyone, if you don't speak each other's language, a lot of places in the world, the default is going to be some type of English, as a second or third language. So two people speaking pidgin English doesn't always work out, but I digress on that too. I don't feel like there's a lot of Americans here. There's a lot of older white guys, but I don't feel like they're Americans. I don't know where they're coming from. I hear a lot of Nordic type languages. I don't know. But they're here, and a lot of them are married to Thai wives, which is all cool. But a couple of times, I go inside because it's getting windy, and I'm worried about the noise factor. But a couple of times in Bangkok, vacationing in certain places and whatever, I'll see huge age disparities, which isn't particularly problematic or my business or for me to say that maturity levels really don't peak out until like 25, right? So what I'm saying to you guys is, like, it's under 25, what are you doing? Even if the person is a professional, there's all kinds of circumstances that must be in there. I've seen guys much older than me with people that I had to assume are teenagers. And so I just want to take a brief moment to say shame, man. Have a floor, have a ceiling, have a floor, whatever. Come on, man. Come on. So Mongers, massages, money, and monkeys, right? So those are my brief thoughts. Uh, Still loving it here in Takia. Still think it's a good place to retire for people, a good place to stay. And I just wanted to throw those subjects out there and just let people know that, a lot of things that you see on YouTube, a lot of things that you hear on YouTube are not accurate, Uh, Monkeys are not friendly. There's not something you should feed or pet, all right? Uh, all massage facilities are not there to give you a happy ending. You're not going to get a good massage at every massage place, etc. You have to go around and experience it and find the ones for yourself. Don't be a monger, man. It's not cool. I do see you. We do see you. I don't know why they're allowed these things to happen here, but we see you, man, and you get have some shame. That's the mongers part. And the money part, be prepared to pay higher. I paid more for my rent. I knew that going in. That happens to me in Europe as well. Um, this everybody pays the same price and all that type of thing is actually a foreign concept in most of the world. This is a North American concept, and it really is not one that's widely practiced in many other parts of the world. Everybody's going to pay a price specific, uh, and there's going to be racism and your ethnicity and those type of things are going to play a